Hello, hello, how you doing? Hope you're feeling fine. Do you remember that song? I used to say feeling. I don't remember. Hope you're feeling. Hope you're feeling fine. Let me sing the whole song. And that's the question from my heart to yours today. The last 2 days I haven't been here because I needed to once again take off my superwoman cape and give myself some time to rest. As a therapist or with the business that I do, I find myself extending myself a lot to try and help people based on the fact that I love people and I want to see people change and I want to see people happy and I want to put a smile on people's faces. One of the things that possibly happen is that you forget about yourself. And I think in the last 2 weeks, I've just been going without actually taking a break. And so I decided to do that for myself between yesterday and the day before. I almost didn't show up today, but I thought, I can show up today and here I am. And so I really, really want to know how you're feeling today. And it's okay. When I ask large audiences these questions, you hear, oh, I'm feeling fine. And I ask, are you really feeling fine? Or is that the automatic answer that we now give just because we're programmed to give that answer when people ask us how we're doing? So how are you doing today? I feel much better today than I did yesterday and the day before. And so I'm so grateful for the opportunity to show up today with the energy that I have because I sat down to generate the energy again, fill my cup up to overflowing, and then I'm able to give from that overflowing, not from my cup. And I know that a lot of people end up being very tired because they give so much of themselves, in different ways, family, business, life, generally church, and there's hardly anything left for themselves. And so if you don't constantly stop to give yourself a refilling to overflowing, not just refilling to the brim of your cup, you must give people from your sources, not from the cup itself. Because the more that you give from your cup, the emptier you are. But the more you give from your sources, then your cup is always full. And then you're giving from a place of love. You're giving from a place of plenty. It's like a quadrillionaire that I call myself, giving somebody money. They don't even feel it. Giving somebody 1,000 or let's even say 1 million naira. They don't feel it because there's plenty more, right? That's the same thing with our energies. And so today, there are three things that I did. And so I wanted to share the three things for anybody who feels like, they lack the energy or the zeal to do anything. And are not top shape. I don't call it sick. I just say your body's speaking to you, listen, and give it what it requires. I remember going to the hospital and the doctor checked my BP and said my BP was I said, that's not my BP. That's not me. That's not my reading. And the doctor said, are you sure? I said, yes. I said, I'm not sure that they did it well. I want to redo it again. And we redid it and it was way low. I'm like, better. I mean, it's not the best, but it's still better than what it was before. And so I just said, nah, that's not for me. Maybe, so he called someone else to help me do it. And, they did a better job at it. So, like I said, is your body just telling you that you need to do certain things to it? You need to stop, or you need to do a little bit more. You need to take, eat a bit more vegetables, all those things. And so, if you listen to your body and give it what it's asking for, then it will comply, right? And so, three things that I did in the last couple of days to add to my energy. The first thing was my physiology, right? I started to I started to do a lot of breath work to give energy and oxygen to my brain and to my body. And also, bring back alkaline into my entire system, I did a lot of breath work exercises, and I'm really happy that I did them. They were uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, I was grateful that I did them. You have to hold your breath for certain periods of time. You have to breathe out for certain periods of time. You need to do the in and out for certain periods of time. It's not just meditation, even if I did do a lot of meditation and body healing, but I also did a lot of breath work to bring back energy into my system. The other thing that I did, and which is, I mean, so that's one of the things that you can do. First of all, I mean, just sitting up and have you ever seen anybody like this saying, I'm excited? No, your head is up, your shoulders are out. I also did a lot of that, to speak to myself and say, look, you're not down, you're okay, and so breath work really, really helped me. I must say, to be honest, really, really helped me. And also just changing my physiology and making myself stand in positions of power. If you see the animals, especially the chimpanzee, you see them do this, right? It's there's something called the four thumps. So here, your chest, and just underneath where your brow line is. There's a lot of energy that you can bring into your body just by doing those four thumbs. And so I don't know whether they got that from the chimpanzee, but here, you're just directly underneath your collarbone. Is this not your collarbone? Yeah, just here. Thump it and breathe in. It brings a lot of this is, they call it the kidney meridian. And I'm not going to try and explain it, but yes, it's part of your body and it's connected to your kidneys and it's also connected to your eyes. So if you thump it a little bit, it brings energy back into your brain, into your head, and into your body. And then your cheeks, just here, your chest in between your breasts, and then, like I said, under. Just thump it and breathe into it. It brings back energy into your system. There's so many other things, but I'll leave it at that. The second thing, like I said, that I worked on was my focus, right? Because energy grows where energy goes. And whatever you focus on tends to increase. Has this happened to you when you decide you want to buy a particular car, maybe a red Benz, and then all of a sudden you're seeing these Benz everywhere? This Benz has always been there, but now your focus is there, and so you're seeing more of it. And this will happen in anything in life, really. If you focus on good things will come your way. If you focus on negative things and fear, oh, if I go there, they will not like me. If you go there, they won't like you, and after a while, it will become your reality. So what I started to focus on was my healing, right? And the strength within my body. And I did a lot of visualization and visualizing myself feeling strong and feeling happy and feeling excited, feeling alive. I thought, okay, I'm going to go to the beach and get some fresh air. I'm going to walk on the sand with my bare feet so that, I can ground myself a little bit more and just be connected with Mother Earth. There's so many things that we take advantage of. We don't know how useful they are. Just by walking on the sand alone with your bare feet brings back a lot of energy into your body and it grounds you properly, right? So focus. So the first thing was my physiology, changing my body state and my mind state. The second thing was changing my focus, what I was focusing on. And so when people will say, oh, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Now, it's not to say, oh, lie and tell your body, tell people that, oh, when people say, are you going down in the elevator? I say, I'm never going down in Jesus' name. You're in an elevator. You're going down. It's not there's nothing negative in going down in an elevator, right? But what you focus on is what really, really expands for you. So if you focus on lying down and getting the rest you require and you desire, that's what happens. There's something I was telling a friend of mine today, that a lot of people have challenges with their food and their weight because of the chatter in their head, not because of anything else. So you're about to eat a chocolate cake and you say, this chocolate cake looks very sweet, but it's going to go and hide in my hips or in my thighs or my stomach, and it will increase. Now, what about saying of course, I'm not saying that you should eat chocolate cake all the time, because really, the compounding of it can do certain things to different people's bodies, and our bodies are different, which is also something we don't take into consideration. Yesterday, I met a very slim girl who could eat even 3 times more than me, right? So for me, I'm like, everybody's body is different, and she was so slim and so petite, right? Some other people would have eaten the same thing, and whilst they're eating, they'll be saying, this food is going to go here, it's going to do this. But I saw her really loving and enjoying her food. Now, what about blessing your food and telling it exactly what it's going to do, and focus on the nutrients that that food is going to give you rather than all the negative things it's going to do for you? So your focus, very important. And the third thing that I did was also change my thoughts and my language in my head, because you think in words and pictures. So when you think of a yellow lemon, you see the yellow lemon, because you know what a yellow lemon looks like. Your mind thinks in words and pictures, and your mind doesn't understand the word not. So if you say, I will not kill, you will, because your mind is hearing, I will kill. It doesn't understand negative words. Whether you're joking, it doesn't know whether you're joking, whether you're serious, it's false, whether it's true. It doesn't know any of that. It just hears, and your mind is like your best PA. It just wants to take you away from pain and lead you straight to pleasure. That's the mind you have, whether you like it or not, whether you even know or not. And so I say to people, whether you like it or not, you're a creator. What are you creating? And your thoughts is the first thing that creates. Everything that was created on earth was first thought about, and that's why God brooded over the earth. Brooding is for me, my interpretation of brooding is thinking and deciding, and then he spoke. And that's what everything is. It starts with the thought, oh, it would be nice to have a bicycle. And then you stand up and say, okay, maybe we draw it like this or draw it like that. But it starts with the thought, oh, it would be nice to make women comfortable when they're on their period. And then pad was created, or light was created, or telephones were created. It would be nice to be able to speak to somebody in Japan without actually being there. And then a phone was created, right? And I'm sure when some of these things were being created, or when some of these people said they could do it, people thought they were mad. I think the guy that created the phones, people thought he was actually mad. He was locked up for a bit for insanity by his family. They were worried. Excuse me. They were actually worried. And then they later opened him up, and he went ahead to create the what we have right now as mobile phones. Yeah? So your words, your thoughts, what are you thinking? In everything that you do, what are you thinking? And maybe it's something you can do this week. Get out your notebook and a pen and just write, get a new notebook and just write my thoughts. And start to look at your predominant thoughts. Now, we think between 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, but most of it is looping, which means that they're recurring thoughts. So if you keep thinking, oh, life doesn't like me, nothing ever happens for me, no good ever comes my way, my luck is, if you start to think all those things, it will become your reality. And same thing if you think, oh, the universe loves me. Everywhere I go to, people want to support me. I find love everywhere because I'm lovable, I'm enough, all those things. That's exactly what you're going to get. So start to think about thoughts. Yes, so think about the thoughts that you think. Because you may not be able to control the thoughts that come, but you can control how you think them. Because, our experiences, people's experiences, things happen, you go back to the past, you remember, oh, this is how I felt when this same thing happened to me. But you can decide to give it a different meaning. You can decide to think about it in a different way, right? And you can change those thoughts around that. It then becomes a looping thought after training, because it doesn't happen overnight as well. So start to put down your positive thoughts and your negative thoughts and start to check them yourself. What are my predominant thoughts? Are they negative? Because it first starts with a thought, and then it moves to a feeling, and then it becomes your action, and then it becomes your reality. Same thing with the positive thoughts. It starts with a nice thought. Oh, when I go there, people will love me and people will accept me for the way I am. And even just saying it, you feel excited. So it comes with a feeling, because your thoughts is the language of your mind. Your feeling is the language of your body. So the moment you think a negative thought, you feel it in your body. Some people will say, oh, I feel it in my stomach. Some people will say, I feel it in my chest. Some people will say, I'm sweating. I have sweaty palms. Some people will say, I want to go to the toilet. Some people will say, I felt it in my throat. Most of the times it's in your chakras, and I'm not going to go into that, but most of the time it's in your energy centers, which is up the line of your body, right? And so once you feel it, then what happens? It leads to an action. And that action, for some people, they say, oh, I get withdrawn, or I'm just tired, and I shut down. And then what's the result? You don't get to do anything. What's your reality? Nothing, right? But on the flip side, you could have thought something positive, which gives you a feeling of excitement and hope and faith and, adventure, all those things. And then it moves to what? You act in a nice way. So if you have a warm and loving feeling, when people come up to you and speak to you, you'll be kind towards them. You'll be nice towards them. You'll say nice things to them, and then what is the result and what's the reality? It's comfortable. Everybody's happy. Everybody's jovial, So it's the language, once again, the thoughts that you think. Your thoughts is the language of your mind, and your feelings is the language of your body. So think positive thoughts, you feel positive, and then you act positive, and your result should be positive, and then you'll be grateful. So 3 things that I did, once again. First, I changed my physiology and changed the state of my body and my mind. Then I changed what I was focusing on and focused on things that empowered me rather than things that didn't empower me. And thirdly, I changed my thoughts, because I know, if nobody else does, I know that my thoughts create my reality. And so because I know better, I do better. And one of the things that helped me with my negative thoughts in the past, when I did a mental diet on myself, what I'm asking you to do was, I would ask myself 3 questions. This thought that I'm thinking, does it serve me? Does it make me happy? Does it empower me? Once my answer is no, Control Alt Delete. I literally used to do that to myself, and I'll count myself. Before it used to be 30 seconds, now it's 7 seconds. 7 seconds, I just snap out of it, and immediately I snap out of it and I move on to something else. So even if something triggers me, which every day something might trigger you, I have taught myself in 7 seconds to get out of it if it's negative, because I know what it can do to my body. I know what it can release cortisol. It can release hormones that are negative to my body, as acid, different things. They release all kinds of things in your body. And unfortunately, you can't control what it does in your body, unfortunately. So you can control your mind, though. You can control your thoughts. So do that, because your subconscious mind only accepts, it doesn't reject. Your conscious mind accepts and rejects. And that's where you need to start to change things, because once your subconscious mind takes it on, you have to do a lot of work to now change that in your subconscious mind, and your body is the instrument of that part of your mind. It's your emotional side. Okay, so I hope I've been able to help somehow today. Forgive me. Well, I don't know what to say. Forgive me. I mean, I took time off. I took 2 days off because I needed it. So I really cannot say you should forgive me. I needed it, But in my 2 days, I thought, let me share today some of the things that I did that, optimized me, and has given me the energy that I have today. Do breath work. It really, really helps. It brings energy back to your brain and all of that. And like I said, I do a lot of meditation and visualization, and I spend a lot of time dreaming, and seeing the end, which is what I would implore people. Rather than seeing the obstacles, see your objectives, and the obstacles will fall away. And so those are the things that helped me in the last couple of days to, like I said, get energized again. And here I am bouncing. Okay. And yes, I've also told myself that I need some time for myself, which I will now do intentionally every day. I was with the doctor, and I was telling the doctor all the things that I had put in place, and the doctor was very impressed. Doctor said to me, most people come here and start asking for all kinds of drugs, but you have said you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to eliminate this, you're going to add this. I said, yes. I said, because I'm a therapist and a hypnotherapist, I know what to do. I just wasn't doing it, but now my body has spoken to me and I've listened, and I'm going to give it exactly what is asked for. So do the same, listen to your body. Listen to what it says to you. If you feel pain or something in a particular way, ask it, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to teach me? What do you need? so that I can give it to you. I'm a firm believer of listening, with deep intentions to learning and doing better, because I can only do better every day and be a better version of myself every day, not comparing myself to what other people are doing, because we're all different, and so they will do them 100%. I will do me 100%. And if I try to do them, I would only be maybe a fake substitute when I can be 100% real, and be me. And I'm so comfortable with being me. I'm so high on myself, it's unbelievable, and it's not in a way to say, oh, now this is what I'm proud. Some people may say that, but if you don't praise yourself, nobody can praise you. And the words that you speak about yourself is more important than the words that 1 billion people say about you. Because if you say to yourself, I'm an ugly duckling, if the whole world tells you you're a beautiful swan, you will never see it. All you'll be seeing is the ugly duckling. And I used to feel like that sometime at some point in my life until things changed for me. So have a wonderful week. Have a really, really, really beautiful week ahead. In Nigeria, we have another week of elections. So, go out guided and guarded in your heart. And just, hope for the best, because I always do that. I always know that, only good things happen around me and to me and for me, but that's my own mindset. I don't know about other people. And just have a beautiful week. Remember, what you focus on increases, and everything starts with a thought. So if you want your reality to be beautiful, start to think beautiful thoughts today and thank me later. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead. Mwah. Love and light.